Welcome to the Brand Icon of the Year Award 2021. This program showcases entrepreneurs and professionals from the MSME sector for their contributions to the Indian economy and business ecosystem. Plug-in PR presents Brand Icon for the Year Awards to Arunagiri Mudaliar, CEO and Chief Mentor of eCube.
Welcome, viewers, to another episode of Brand Icon of the Year 2021 Awards. Today, my guest is Dr. Arunagiri Mudaliar. Welcome to the show, sir.
My pleasure, Major.
Let's start by understanding about your work.
Actually, I've got four subtitles which I go by across India and abroad. I'm an author, I'm a global trainer, I'm an international sportsman, and I'm a successful industrialist. If I had to qualify each of them, I have written five books, three of them on self-development, two on business development, especially profitable sales. I've been training for the last almost more than 2.5 decades. I do the entire range of training, starting from holistic well-being, yoga teacher. I also train on business development, especially how to generate profitable sales for organizations to make it viable and sustainable. I am a keen basketball player, playing basketball for the last almost four and a half decades. I had the good fortune of representing India in basketball. I was the youngest captain of the Maharashtra state basketball men's team. And even now I coach basketball, especially in Goregaon Sports Club. And my vision is to make the wellness and the health index of a country much more. And also as a yoga teacher, I've been involved in teaching a program called as Siddha Samadhi Yoga, where I teach the Panchakosha Shuddhi, the Annamay Kosh, the Pranamay Kosh, the Manomay Kosh, the Vignayamay Kosh, and the Anandamay Kosh purification. A very, very powerful program which came into my life almost 35 years back. And I've been a teacher for this program for the last 15-20 years. And I'm a practitioner of meditation and pranayam for almost more than about 3 decades now. Last but not the least, I also run a company called Pacific Trends, which is almost 2 decades old. One of the most profitable companies in our sector of giving solutions for gifting, packaging, promotional solutions, and for packaging, and also for conference and events. We produce specialized products for various corporates for India and abroad. So this is my introduction. You can see quite of them are divergent, but each of them have helped me to take my mission of life to empower, enable, educate human beings to the next level. And as I've got an hands-on experience in business, so I can train entrepreneurs and other participants using my live example. And similarly with my basketball and my yoga training, I practice first and then I share whatever is my truthful experience. So my philosophy of life is learn, unlearn, and relearn. And my today has to be yesterday plus in all areas of my life. So that's what is my not so short introduction, Major.
Dr. Arunagiri, that's a lot of things out there. I mean, even for me to keep track of all that you've done is difficult. But yes, some of them really stand out. And I can see the sportsman and the energy that you have and where does it come from. So tell me one thing, how do you find time and how do you keep focus while you're doing so many things? How do you do that?
Good question, Major. I think what I believe in is you need to prioritize your time. You need to find out your unique ability as a human being. What are you really good at? And what is it that you can contribute the most to whichever circumstances, events, or organization you are involved in? So my forte is my leadership ability. My forte is to ability to communicate and empower and enable people. And my ability is that of identity of a sportsman and athlete, which I've been blessed with. I focus my time, I prioritize my time to these activities. Like just to give you an example, I have a team of 125 people working for me. So every morning, I at least spend about 2 hours empowering them, enabling them, reviewing them. So that takes care of my business challenges. Similarly, for my training, I am associated with various national and international organizations. Right from Professional Speaker Association of India, I've got my own set of clients. So I'm interacting with them post lunch, where I've given a slot for them. So either I conduct a training program, I've got annual contract with many of the companies in India and abroad. So I give them those training programs and slots. So ultimately, it comes down to slotting and keeping up to your priorities. And I think if you can do that, I think you should be able to cover all the areas. And I also believe in that 5 a.m. club. I get up every day by 5:30, and I have my whole day structured and scheduled. And I, for one, believe that self-discipline is the key to the Godana success and happiness. And Major Saab, as a person from the armed forces, you know how important it is to have a structured, scheduled uh, daytime for you, so that you can cover maximum. And my one more important philosophy of my life is, wherever you are, you give your 100% and contribute maximum with unconditionally. And that's been one of the secrets of my success in my life.
So, Dr. Arunagiri, tell me, what keeps you going? What is that? What's your, what's that vision or goal that you're working for towards, where you've taken up so many responsibilities and you're working in multiple domains and dimensions, and which keeps you occupied through the day?
Very good question again, Major Saab. The my long term, absolutely long term mission is to make every human being's life work. As a trainer, as an empowerer, I want to see that every human being, 7.3 billion people's life work. Because today, as you know, many human beings are not able to fully appreciate the full potential that human beings have. But on a shorter mission, my mission is to make my country back as the Sone ki Chidiya of the world. As you all know, India was the golden land. From the 1st century to 13th century, we were the number one economy in the world. Even up to 18th century, we were contributing to 29% of the world's GDP. And then, because of the subjugation to Britishers, for 250 years, we were ruthlessly exploited. And the biggest damage which Britishers did was to impinge on our self-esteem and self-belief. I, as a trainer and empowerer, one of my immediate vision is to ensure that Indians, and especially my motherland, especially youth and the entrepreneurs, get back that belief and self-concept as one of the most intelligent communities in the world, or races in the world, and had that momentum for developing my motherland again as the golden land, again as the Sone ki Chidiya of the world. I believe that if 1.4 billion people become prosperous, automatically world also would have a similar impact.
To make India, Sone ki Chidiya again, the
Absolutely.
youth, the millennials, the Gen X, they have to play a key role. I'm sure you, in your interactions, you get to interact with many of them. How has been your experience with them?
Mirza, my opinion is, we as Indians are born intelligent. We are by birth have that entrepreneurial gene with us. It all comes from our genome. And I'm just talking not because I'm an Indian and a proud Indian, but this is actually a fact. If you see in my training program, I say 53 top CEOs of the country, accounting for more than $3-4 trillion, is all headed by Indians. 1/3 of NASA scientists is Indian. 1/3 of doctors in UK are Indians. So what I mean to say is, we as Indians have got that basic foundational material which is good. So I for one believe that youth is fabulous. But only thing is, my concern is they are not in touch with the legacy, the great legacy and heritage of this great country. And they have lost touch with the technology of meditation and yoga, which I, for one, believe is one of the most powerful technologies in the world. As a trainer, coach, mentor for the last most 3 years, 3 decades, I can promise you that this is one of the most powerful technology for thought leadership. And I can promise you that if you have thought leadership, you have life leadership. So that's the reason why I am now conducting a lot of training programs for pranayama and meditation. And in the last almost about 2 months, especially after the second surge of COVID, I've already covered 500 families. My vision is to cover 5,000 to 50,000 families through the Pranayama Shibir, which is right now going on. Our next Shibir is on the 31st to the 3rd of 31st May to 3rd of June, where we expect about 500 families to be touched. So what I mean to say is our youth are not in full realization of our rich legacy and heritage, Major Sir. And I, for one, believe that it is our responsibility, people like you and me, who are the, I would say, enlightened soul or empowered souls, to give this to our youth. And I, for one, believe that if once they get in touch with this great legacy, they would be further empowered. They would get more self-belief and self-concept, and thereby had momentum to achieve the goal of making this great land of ours the golden land again.
Plugin PR presents Virtual Brand Icon for the Year 2021 awards to Arunagiri Mudaliar, CEO and Chief Mentor of eCube.
It's my honor. In fact, I'm honored to get this recognition. And more than this recognition, what I'm really looking forward to, Major Saab, is that we should have the opportunity to reach out to this 60% of India's population who are below 35 years. And I, for one, believe that as God has blessed us with the ability to empower, enable, educate, and if we can send the message across to the youth, I promise you, our entire growth in almost all dimensions of life would be much better. We are blessed with a good prime minister. We are blessed with a good leaders. Now it's a time for us, all of us, to pull in together our resources and see that we are able to again get back our due position as the leading economy of the world. And as I normally say, let's make India again the golden land.
It was a pleasure having you on our show, and we look forward to hosting you on some of our shows which are designed for young entrepreneurs. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless, Vijay sir. It's a pleasure talking to you.